Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. Nashtaprayeshu Avadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So today is another very auspicious day of Bahulashtami actually. So there is a different story for Bahulashtami. Why Bahulashtami? So maybe we can discuss that story first. So there was a cow named Bahula in Vrindavan. So one day she was just going to the forest for her grazing, and a tiger saw that cow, and tiger ran after her, and she's running away. She went to a cave, and tiger ran after her, came to the cave, and now tiger said, "No way you're gonna go. You cannot run away. So now I'm gonna eat you." So that cow Bahula, then she prayed to the tiger. She said, "You see, I have only one calf, and he is hungry. So you let me go and feed my calf the milk, and I'll come back, and then you can eat me." Tiger said, "Have you ever heard of something like this? I never heard of that. That you're gonna come back once I let you go." Then Bahula really prayed to the tiger. She said, "No, no, no, no. Please trust me. I'll definitely come back. I make my promise, and this is my vow. I'll come back." Some reason, tiger said, "Okay, okay, I'll let you go, but you promise to come back. Otherwise, I'll come and eat you, and I'll kill your calf also." Bahula said, "Okay." So Bahula went home and she fed the calf, and then after feeding the calf, she was coming back, and the calf asked her, "Mother, where are you going? Normally, you don't go anywhere after feeding me. You stay here for the night." She said, "Oh, I have something urgent to take care of, so I have to go." So she came back, and the calf also came with the mother after the mother. That, "Let me see, where is my mother going? Is everything okay?" And then she came back to the cave. Tiger was still waiting in the cave, and Tiger was very happy that she came back. She kept her word. So Tiger was about to kill her. Then Krishna appeared, and he saved Bahula. And in honor of her word, that she kept her word. So today is considered very auspicious. It's considered like a name is given to the day, Bahulashtami. So, so this is how important our words are. I mean, we have to honor our words. Normally, people just say something and they don't really mean it, and they don't have any intention of keeping their word. That's generally this is what happens. But this is not the right way of dealing. So today is also actually I was reading one place. If we go look it up in Chaitanya Charitamrita, actually that author quoted Chaitanya Charitamrita. He said Radhakunda was not formed on today, Bahulashtami day. Radhakunda was not. It was formed sometime in spring. But looks like then he quotes Jiva Goswami that today being Bahulashtami and being very auspicious day, it is considered very auspicious to take bath in Radhakund today. So probably that's the reason Brajvasis also think, and people also think that today is the appearance day of Radhakund. But now the tradition has become like that, so it goes on like that. But according to scriptures, today is not the appearance day of Radhakund. But regardless, now the tradition is that we celebrate the appearance day today. So what had happened was Like we know, Kansa would send every day 2, 3 demons to kill Krishna. And Krishna and Krishna's cowherd boyfriends, they would kill the demons and then they would enjoy. And it would happen every single day. When Krishna was in Gokul, the demons were entering Gokul, like Putana came, Trinavrat came, Shaktarsur came there. So when Krishna was 3 years and 8 months old, and then the Baba and other Gopas, they thought this is not a safe place for us to stay. So they moved from there to Chatikara. First they came to Chatikara. And they made a camp over there because there were no palace over there at that time. And from Chatikara, staying there for a while, then they moved to Nandagaon. And similarly, near Gokul is a place called Raval where Radharani appeared and Brishbhanu Maharaj. They also moved from Raval to Barsana. Because Radha and Krishna cannot be away from each other. From Nandagaon to Raval, it would be long distance, but Barsana is very nearby. But anyway, so he was in Nandagaon, and Nandagaon had a boon from a sage that none of the demons can enter this place. If they try to enter, they'll become rock, like stone. They cannot enter. So demons also knew that. So they would, but Krishna still had to kill the demons. Paritrana sadhunam vinasha jadushkritam. So when he would take the cows for grazing in the forest, that is the time when demons would come and attack him. And now Krishna would, from Nandagaon, he would every day morning, he would go to Govardhan. Early morning to Vrindakund near Nandagaon, and then he would take the cows to Govardhan. So this was towards the end of pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. So Arishtasur was pretty much the last demon. I think the very last was Keshi demon. But Arishtasur, maybe it was Arishtasur. They were towards the last of the demons. So Arishtasur came near Govardhan, where we have this Radhakunda and Shyamkunda, that place. So Krishna was there and gopis were there and they were playing, and this demon Arishtasur came. He came in the form of a huge bull, very, very big bull. And he was so big, it is said that his tail was touching the clouds. His tail was up and it was touching the clouds. The hump on the back, it looked like a mountain. And this huge bull, when he saw Krishna, he came running towards Krishna. And all the gopis, they just grabbed onto trees because the earth was shaking when Arishtasur was running towards Krishna. And as I had explained earlier, that in Vrindavan, Krishna did not pick up any weapon to kill any of the demons. So Krishna was barehanded. His cowherd boys, friends were there, but they were so little, so small in front of this gigantic bull. They could not do anything. So bull came running towards Krishna and he wanted to kill Krishna. Krishna just grabbed effortlessly. He just grabbed the bull and he just punched him. Bull fell down, Arishtasur fell down. And then Krishna went and he just took off one of his horns. And with that horn, he just again hit the demon. And Arishtasur fell down and he was vomiting blood and he died. He died. He just died. I mean, such a huge bull, and Krishna just killed him effortlessly. What's difficult for Krishna? So all the gopis, they were happy. They were They're happy, and the got boyfriends. They were jubilant. They were dancing, and oh Krishna, and they picked him up on their shoulders, and then they had their rest of the pastimes, lunch, and whatever. And gopis went on with their work. And now, so the bull was dead over there, and the bull, it is said, they were so huge that when he died, his bones, his bones were like the heap of bones were like a mountain. And it is said Indra came down with the demigods, and they saw this. The Arishtasur's bones were white, perfectly white, and they saw this white mountain made of bones, and they thought it is Mount Kailash, and they climbed up on that mountain to see. They thought maybe Mahadev is there on Mount Kailash. Let us take darshan of Mahadev. That's a huge bull. That's how big that Arishtasur was. Now Krishna and everybody, they came back to Nandagaon and the respective villages. So everybody went around. And now what Krishna does at night when Yashoda Maya put him to sleep, he goes to the room. Okay, I'm sleeping, and then when Yashoda Maya, Nand Baba, everybody sleeps, Krishna sneaks out because now it's a night time and he wants to be with the gopis, because in the daytime all the gopas are there, so he cannot have his special pastimes. So Krishna came at the same place where Radhakunda is, where he had killed Arishtasura. So gopis, girls also came, and Krishna wanted to have his pastimes with them. And the girls, now it is night time. Nobody else is around. And the girl says, no, 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 you don't touch us. You don't come close to us. Krishna said, why? What did I do? No, you killed that bull. Bull is very uh, respectable for us. We are not supposed to kill cows and bulls. And you killed that bull. Krishna said, well, he was a demon. He just took the form of a bull. He wasn't really bull. Gopi said, no, 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 we don't know. We just know you killed the bull. So you have to do some prashchita. And you're a bull killer, and you cannot touch us because you're not clean now. Krishna said, okay, what kind of prashchita do I have to do? Okay, you have to go to all the holy places all over the universe and take bath in the ponds over there, and then you come back, and then you will be clean. Krishna said, this is nonsense. What do you mean I have to go all over the universe? What had happened when that Arishtasur charged towards Krishna, with his hoofs, he had made some impression in the earth. Some kind of hole was made, and then Krishna stuck his heel on the ground where Arishtasur had made a little hole, and he made a bigger hole. And what Krishna did, he said, I'm not going to go all over the universe. I'll call all the holy sacred waters here in my pond right now. So he called all over, called everybody. And everybody, whoever was coming, and they were folding their hands, they were introducing themselves, and the water was entering that Kunda, which is now known as Shyamkunda. So the waters are coming. I'm River Bhogwati. I've come from Patal region. I'm Kshir Sagar, and I'm Prayagraj. I'm Ganga and Yamuna. I'm Saraswati. I'm Godavari. I'm Narmada. I'm Kaveri. I'm Sindhu. So all the holy places, waters, came to the Kunda. So Krishna then took bath in that kund, and he said, "This is Shyamkund." And he said, and then he came out and he said, "Okay." He told the gopis, "Now I have taken bath in all the tirthas. Now I'm perfectly clean according to your uh, system, whatever prashita you chose for me." So, so Gopi said, "Okay, now we can play with you." But Krishna said, "No, now why not? Because you all sided with that demon against me. So now you have become impure. Now you have to go all over the universe and take bath in all the kundas. And then you come back and then you'll be clean and I'll play with you." Radharani said, "No, this is not doing. I'm not gonna go to all over the universe." Krishna said, "Well, you can take bath in my kunda. I mean, you just saw all the holy places came here, so you will be clean." Gopi said, "No, we cannot take bath in your kunda because you took bath in that and you left your sin in there. Now we're gonna get impure if you take bath over there. So what are you gonna do?" Krishna said. So with the Arishtasura's holes, so two holes were formed. So the other hole, Radharani went to that hole and she took out her bangle and she started digging a bigger hole. And then she had a company of millions and millions of gopis, and they all took out their bangles and they started digging, making the hole bigger. And that is the hole you see in the picture behind me. See, all the devotees are lining up towards the center where that hole is. The whole the Kangan Kund, which is called Kangan Kund, it could be around in materially dimension, although it has no dimensions, but it could be around say 15 feet by 15 feet square. So Radharani and gopis, they all started digging that hole. Krishna was watching. Okay, now you have made the hole. Where are you going to get the water from? Why don't you take water from my kunda? And then Gopi said, "No, no, no, we cannot take that water because it is full of sin of killing a bull. So we're going to get the water from." So what all the gopis did, because there are millions of gopis, they lined up all the way to Manasi Ganga. And they had their pots and they started filling the pots from Manasi Ganga and they're transferring. One gopi was transferring to the other to the third one. And this is how the pots are coming and they were pouring water in that kunda. Now Krishna said, "Well, this is not fair." And all the tirthas also they approached Krishna that we also want to serve Radharani. How do we do that now? If she's gonna fill up her kunda with Mansi Ganga water. Krishna said, "You all go and you pray to Srimati Radharani." So Prayagraj, he is the king of the tirthas. So in his leadership, all the tirthas came and all the tirthas came and they prayed to Srimati Radharani. So I'm at Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 36th chapter. So there I'm going to exactly read what they said because they're beautiful prayers they made. Lord Krishna then gestures to a heavenly personality who was an intimate associate of all the holy places. Suddenly that person rose up out of Krishna's pond and bowed down to the daughter of Shivishmanu, Radharani. Then with palms joined and tears pouring from his eyes, he began praying to her in devotion. O goddess, even Lord Brahma himself, the knower of all scriptures, cannot understand your glories, nor can Lord Shiva or Lakshmi. Only Krishna, the supreme goal of all human endeavor, can understand them. And thus he is eager to personally wash away your perspiration when you are fatigued. Because all the gopis, they were perspiring after digging such a hole. And the Kunda and the Tirthas are coming and praying to Radharani for that. He is always anointing your lotus feet with nectarian charu and yavak and decorating them with ankle bells, and he rejoices and feels most fortunate simply by satisfying the tips of the toes of your lotus feet. On his order, we have immediately come here to live in this most excellent pond, which he created by one stroke of his heel. But only if you now feel satisfied with us and bestow upon us your merciful glance will the tree of our desire bear fruit. Hearing this prayer spoken by the representative of the full assembly of holy places, Sri Radha was pleased and said, "So kindly tell me your desire." They then told her plainly, "Our lives would be successful if we could come to your pond. That is the benediction we desire." Glancing at her beloved from the corner of her eyes, the daughter of Rishbhanu replied with a smile, "Please come." Her gopi companions all agreed with her decision and became immersed in the ocean of happiness. Indeed, the beauty of all creatures, both mobile and stationary, was enhanced. Thus, gaining the grace of Srimati Radharani, the holy rivers and lakes in Shri Krishna Kund forcibly broke through its boundary walls and swiftly filled Radhakund with their waters. Lord Hari then said, "My dear Radha, may this pond of yours become even more world renowned than mine. I will always come here to bathe and enjoy my water pastimes. Indeed, this lake is as dear to me as you are." Radha replied, "I will come to bathe in your pond as well, even though you may kill hundreds of Arishta demons here. In the future, anyone who has intense devotion for this lake, which is on the spot where you chastised Arishtasura, and who bathes or resides here, is sure to become very dear to me." That night, Lord Krishna initiated a rasa dance at Radhakund, generating a torrent of greatest mood of splendorous pleasure. so, so, so all the holy tirthas, water from the holy tirthas, they prayed to Radharani to fulfill the desire of serving her by giving them a place in her pond. And Srimati Radharani gladly accepted that prayer and she allowed them. And then, as we read, Krishna said, "I will always come and bathe in your pond." And Radharani said, "I'll always come and bathe in your pond." So the pond that we see, original pond, it's same thing in Shyamkunda. It is only in the center of Shyamkunda. There's about maybe 15 by 15 foot square pond, original. But then when Rupa Goswami, and this happened in the middle of the night, around um, 11:45. So that's why Bahulashtami day, everybody takes bath around that time, 11:45. So later on, during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, when Mahaprabhu came, and Mahaprabhu had sent Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, Loknath Goswami, Bhugarv Goswami to Vrindavan to search all the lost places of pastimes of Radha and Krishna and establish those places, establish the temples, write books. There's so many assignments were given. So when Mahaprabhu came to Govardhan, he was looking for Radhakund and Shyamkund because both the ponds were completely hidden. And he was looking, he said, they have to be here somewhere. So when he came towards this village, actually that village at that time, it was called Arit Gram, after Arishtasur. So when Mahaprabhu came, he saw in the rice paddies two small reservoir of water, but they were very effulgent. Only Mahaprabhu could see it because he is Radha and Krishna combined. And they were very effulgent. And he saw the effulgence coming and he came here and he said, "This has to be Radhakund and Shyamkund." Because by that time, the places had unmanifested themselves. They were there, but not known to anybody. So Mahaprabhu discovered them. He cleaned the area and then he took bath in Radhakund and Shyamkund. And then this place started to be known as Radhakund. The village was known as Radhakund. And later on, Raghunath Das Goswami came and he would sit at the banks of Radhakund and do his bhajan. And one day he had a dream. Somehow he had a desire to make Radhakund bigger, to make it bigger so more devotees can come and participate in the whatever worship, bhajan or bathing, whatever they want to do. But then he said, how come I'm getting this desire? I don't want to get into all the construction and land purchasing and labor and this and that. He said, I'm here to do my bhajan. But somehow this desire came in his heart. And what happened then, next day, a big rich man, he came looking for Raghunath Das Goswami. And the rich man came to him and Raghunath Das said, what do you want? Why are you looking for me? Rich man said, actually, I had gone to Badrinath. And at Badrinath, I wanted to make a donation. And Lord Badrinath came to my dream and he said, don't give the donation here. Go to Vrindavan, go to Govardhan, then to Radhakund and look for Raghunath Das Goswami and give the donation to him because he wants to expand the size of Radhakund and Shyamkund. See, the desire in the heart of Raghunath Das Goswami didn't just sprung like that. And I mean, it had all the connection that Radhakund and Shyamkund wanted to be expanded. So when Raghunath Das Goswami heard that and he got the money, he said, well, this is the desire of Radha and Krishna. What can I do? I have to serve them. So he bought the land around that Kunda. And actually that land is still in the name of Jiva Goswami. So he bought it in the name of Jiva Goswami. And then he employed the labor to, first he did for Radhakund. So if you see the middle, the Kangan Kund, the original Kangan Kund, but now it is much bigger place and with many steps and very nice area they have made. And next day he was going to start working on the expansion of Shyamkund. So at that night, 5 Pandavas, headed by Yudhishthira Maharaj, they came to the dream of Raghunath Das Goswami. And they said, Maharaj, please have mercy upon us. We are doing our tapasya on the banks of Shyamkund in the form of a tree. If you're going to expand the Shyamkund tomorrow, you're going to cut that tree. Please do not cut us. Because we want to be at the banks of Shyamkund. So Raghunath Das Goswami said, okay. And then there were other sages also. Ajar Acharya, they said, we are also doing our bhajan on the banks of Shyamkund. Please don't cut us. So maybe tomorrow I can post this picture. If you look at the aerial view of Radhakund, Radhakund is very much square, very nicely. But Shyamkund, it's all zigzag. There's not a single line is straight around Shyamkund. But this is how Raghunath Das Goswami then expanded Shyamkund. But Brajvasis, being Brajvasis, they say, oh, Radharani is very simple and straight. That's why her Kunda is straight. Krishna is bent at 3 places. He's very crooked, and that's why his Kunda is also not straight. So, but that's Brajvasis. They can say whatever they want. So when we go to Radhakund and Shyamkund, there are so many temples in that around the Parikrama Marg and so many places. It's amazing how many places are there. It's like the whole universe has shrunk at that location. Because if you read Nectar of Devotion or Nectar of Instruction, it is said, of all the places in the whole universe, Mathura is the best place because that's where Krishna appeared. And among Mathura, Govardhan is the best because Govardhan, he carried himself and he performed so many pastimes there. And among Govardhan, Radhakund is the best place of the whole universe. Radhakund and Shyamkund, they exist in spiritual world in Golok Vrindavan, and they come here also to assist Radharani and Krishna in the pastimes. So now these kundas were made bigger, and from Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, we will, when you go and do parikrama of Shyamkund and Radhakund, around Shyamkund, all our acharyas, either they have the bhajan kutirs or the samadhis around Shyamkund. But hardly anybody has, only Raghunath Das Goswami had his bhajan kutir at Radhakund, but his samadhi is at the Shyamkund. Now, what is the reason? Because we read it in that. Radharani, every day she comes and bathes at Shyamkund. There's a Manas Pavan Ghat. Actually, that's where the steps are. Whenever we go, we all sit down over there and do bhajan and some puja. So she comes there every day with her sakhis at noon time, or 11:45 a.m. to be exact. And she takes bath over there. So she leaves her love for Krishna at Shyamkund. So anybody who wants to serve Srimati Radharani, who wants to attain Radha Prema that she has for Krishna, he has to take bath at Shyamkund, or he has to do his bhajan at Shyamkund. Anybody who wants Krishna Prema, they have to do a bhajan at Radhakund. So all the Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas, since they have their Swarupa is of Manjari, or assistants of Radharani, so they all want to serve Radharani. So they all have their bhajan kutirs or samadhis at Shyamkund. So this is a little secret. Prabhupada, when he wrote the commentary on Nectar of Instructions, and then he took so many devotees to Vrindavan, and then they would go to Radhakund and Shyamkund. And in Nectar of Instruction is written one should take bath in Radhakund. One should. And Shyamkund, obviously. But when these devotees, proper disciples, they went there, so they didn't realize the importance of Radhakund or their frolicking mood. They used to swim in Radhakund and they have swimming competitions actually. The Prabhupada got very angry. He said, how can you touch in that mood the water of Radhakund with your feet? Radhakund water is non-different from the body of Srimati Radharani. So he forbade them. Of course, in his book he says one should take bath, but his instructions were clear that nobody should ever step in Radhakund. So taking bath means we can pay obeisances and we can take little water and sprinkle on our head, and that would be considered as taking bath. It's not that we have to jump and touch the waters of Radhakund with our feet to really take bath. Actually, it is the mood with which we approach Radhakund. It is non-different from Srimati Radharani. And Shyamkund is non-different from Krishna himself. So whenever we go there, we have to be very careful and very respectful. In that mood, we should approach Radhakund and Shyamkund and pray to them to give us some bhakti, some love for Radharani and Krishna. And behind me in the picture that you see, that was, I believe, sometime in 2009, when the UP government decided to clean up Radhakund and Shyamkund. And nice gesture, because they wanted to clean up the steps, and even at the bottom, they wanted to clean up. And there's so many turtles in Radhakund and Shyamkund. So the contractor they hired first, he had to clean up the water and uh, dry up the kunds, and they literally took all the turtles, and there's a Lalita Kund. They put all the turtles there, and they were pumping out water. But even the contractors, they could not pump out the water from the original Kangan Kund of Radhakund and the original Shyam Kund, because there is nobody knows to what depth these kunds are, the original ones. He could not, even contractor with all his pumps running, they could not clear up, clean or could not dry up those two kundas. So that's why if you Google search it, you can see people are lining up, and that land was dry till the middle part. And I happened to go there at that time, and I saw the middle kunda, and I was again then sat down at the steps and I was chanting, and I could really see from the around that kunda, from the underneath, the water is coming out in small sprinkles. Water is coming out because it has the water from so many tirthas. Actually, once Jitamitra Prabhu in the class, he said it has the water from 64 crore kundas, tirthas, all over the universe. And the water was just coming out. Nobody was pumping. Nobody filled up these kundas after the contractor cleaned it up. It came out, the water came out on its own. And another striking thing, very noteworthy thing is, looks like there is a valve system also, because the water comes only up to a level and then it stops. It doesn't go further, because if we imagine 5,000 years ago these kundas were formed or they appeared, and if the water was still coming out from the underneath of those kundas, then the whole earth would have been inundated by now. But it doesn't. It stops. It comes to a certain level and then it stops there. So very, very mystical place, wonderful place to go and chant and do your bhajan, do your puja, and pray to Radharani, pray to Krishna. And there's so many places around that I think I took a trip there once, and we could not see all the places because we had to do katha also at every place. We could not see all the places around Radhakund and Shyam in that area only. It's a small area, not very big. There's so many places of importance there. But anyway, you all are so fortunate. You can go there, maybe take a trip during Kartik and take darshan, do some bhajan, puja, whatever you can do. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Prabhuji, I was not even aware of Radha Kataksh Stotram, and I just heard from your Kartik Katha only about the Radhakund and Shyamkund last year. So when I went to Vrindavan and when I went to Radhakund, actually it happened that there was one Australian couple, Mataji and Prabhuji. They joined us in our trip to Radhakund and Shyamkund. And then she told me that let's sit here and read this. I said, what is this? Then she said that this is Radha Kataksh Stotram. Let's sit and read here. And Jagannath Prabhuji, who was just guiding us, he took us to Raghunath Das Bhajan Kutir and Samadhi. And there he told us about the pastime. And every time, whatever you told us in the class, it was just going on in my mind. And I'm still relating your last year's statements, and when I went there, my feelings, and when you are telling today, it's all just I cannot explain you in words the feeling. This is so nice feeling and so blissful feeling. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mata. Radha Prabhu sent a message that for ISKCON it's tomorrow, Bahulashtami, or appearance for Radhakunda. But Brajvasis, if they celebrate on whatever day, so that's the day we have to honor and celebrate. But that's okay. We can celebrate again tomorrow, not a problem.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Hare
Actually,
Krishna.
I saw the calendar. I was thinking it is tomorrow. So when you said today, I thought I will let you know. Yeah,
Because I
they will
got
celebrate.
the videos today.
Yeah,
Even
no, but
Krishna
they
Priya
were
is there.
celebrating from
I'm sorry. You go ahead, Prabhu. I'll not speak.
I said Krishna Priya Mataji was sending these pictures and videos since yesterday. So I think the Radha Bahulashtami they start celebrating 2-3 days before. I don't know.
No, that particular day, because police, the government has to make so much of arrangement. There are lakhs and lakhs of people in the middle of the night.
Okay.
So they do one day only.
Yeah, she was inviting me to Radhakunda. I could not go yesterday.
Okay.
Then I checked the calendar and I saw it was written for tomorrow.
Maybe then tomorrow you'll have all the ISKCON devotees over there.
I don't know. Yeah, they are there every day. In Kartik, though, they are every day there only.
Yeah, that's true. You all can go. Try whenever you can go.
Thank you, bro. Hare Krishna.
Thank you all. You all have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Thank you,
Prabhupada.
Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.